We drove over 10 hours to the small town of Beauceville, Quebec to participate in this competition. At every competition, I always feel nervous and have random thoughts come into my mind before the dive. I try to stay focused by treating it as any other training day at the pool to relieve the pressure to perform. As I hear the countdown for the official top, I picked a song in my head that I will be singing during the dive and continue my breathe up. The song for this competition was Amazing Grace. The facility was warm and I felt like I was overheating, so when I began my dive, the water was very refreshing. The first 2 laps of 50 meters are always enjoyable. However, there were challenges in this pool caused by the jets that pushed my body and fins to the side when I tried to swim streamline, and lack of markings made it difficult to pinpoint where I was. Also, this pool had a very shallow end, which I had to be extra careful when turning not to break the surface. This particular dive made me extra nervous since my last dynamic BiFins competition, I had a blackout incident. It was my first competition as a new freediver in a pool that I never trained in before. So a combination of inexperience and unfamiliar surroundings contributed to the blackout. For this competition, I plan on doing a clean dive, so I decided to train regularly with my coach, Lilly Ryzebol, who is also my husband, in order to come out with a decent performance well within my limits. I trained regularly after work to improve my technique and condition my muscles to perform better. My training paid off because previously at this point in the dive, I would get tired and wanted to end early due to heavy legs, even though I had the breath hold to go much further. In this competition, my body still felt great and my mind was clear. I contemplated on pushing myself much further and going all the way to the next wall, then turning after 125 meters. But because my coach and I had discussed before the dive where to come up in order to be safe in this less than ideal pool, I stuck to the game plan even though I wanted to go further. When I ended the dive, I performed my surface protocol clearly and awaited for the judges to validate my performance.
I'm okay.
Breathe.
The audience was laughing because they could tell how easy the dive was for me, while my coach was still yelling at me to breathe because in his mind he wanted me to be super safe and avoid any mistakes that would jeopardize the performance.
117.
Beautiful.
Right start.
Lilly, congrats. Hey?
Over the past year, I've paused dedicated training and competitions due to pregnancy, but I'm looking forward to returning to competitive diving.